This song is about pain, is about the pain of change. This song is about the big change to come and the pain which goes with it. Because you see, pain is necessary. You need to accept it if you are serious about change. There is no change without pain, without insecurity, without fear of what is to come. This song is about the big change to come for humanity. And I sing it a bit to dull my pain, to express it to my fear, and to reconnect with the sun, with the birds, and with the emotion expressed by the music. To reconnect my intellectuality and rationality with my deep emotion. This song is voluntarily very simple. It's always two notes, and then I modify just one of them. And it starts with something quite sad and quite slow, and end up the sentence which ends with suspension, but it switch to something more hopeful. There is still two notes with just one note being modified. I made it simple so that anybody can learn how to play it. Anybody with a guitar, with a piano, and so on. And it's a bit meditative to play like this. But that's exactly what we need when we feel pain, when we feel fear. To have something repetitive, calmly predictable, for the mind to take comfort in the fact that it can predict that something as simple as a simple melody. This song is about a parallel between the myth of the Garden of Eden, that Adam and Eve were supposedly kicked out, and humanity who will be kicked out of its own making of a climate which so it evolved and supported it for a long time and its civilization. And as in the evangelism, the transition will be painful and hurtful and so on, but in the end, humanity is very good at adapting and will find their balance in the new equilibrium, or hopefully so. There is another parallel with the cyanobacteria who were in the ocean in an atmosphere of mostly CO2, and they produce so much oxygen that they almost drive themselves to extinction. That's called the great oxidation event. But now the cyanobacteria are built in cells. You find them in every tree, every plant that you have around you, still absorbing CO2 and producing oxygen, but protected from the toxic atmosphere of oxygen around them by the structure of the plant. So maybe humanity will end up doing something like this. Maybe humanity will learn to build its own small communities, like a plant is a small community of cells. And inside the plant, learn to respect the limits. And those structures protecting humanity from an environment which has become toxic for the human individual, that will be the ancestors of maybe the ships, the seeds which will allow humanity to conquer the stars. Because currently, with our technology, we won't have Star Trek, we won't have Star Wars. the human individual is not made to travel to the star as an individual. Maybe generation shifts are the way, like a seed allow a plant to colonize another continent, to cross oceans that it wouldn't be able to cross just by itself. Maybe that's the future of humanity, to build small societies that can survive in the harsher environment space. This song is about pain, about the change to come. The civilization in which we are, we build this guitar, those clothes that I have on myself. It will end, and that's okay, because everything has to end sometime. But it doesn't mean it won't be the end of the planet. It doesn't need to be the end of humanity, the species in itself. It's just a step it can be just a step in the evolution of humanity. It could be the end of humanity. We don't need to take for granted that humanity will survive. I hear some people say, humanity always survives, they are cockroaches, they are like cockroaches and so on. But there are many species which have disappeared on the history of Earth. Humanity could be one of them. But keep in mind that humanity could also be evolving and also find a way to even become greater than what it is now. Because life and humanity is alive, even if it lost a bit of its connection. It's about having descendants, about colonizing new space. It's not about staying on a planet because it's finite. It's about spreading all across the space available and so on. So here's my vision for the long, long future. It will become worse before it becomes better. But in the very, very, very long term, maybe those changes will result in good in the very, very long term. Maybe humanity will build in an environment which progressively becomes harsher for it and more toxic for it. Maybe humanity will learn to build around them some cell around their community, which protects them from an environment harsher and harsher, and in the end being protected from space itself, and self-sustainable with fission or fusion sun artificial inside the sun, or just grabbing energy from the sun or the space. I feel fear. I feel pain about people like predicting what's happening now 50 years ago and being ignored for 50 years. And we could have been like a community of selling an egg and building a chicken, so that when the resources are done, what comes out of the egg is a chicken. But instead we are like a community of bacteria, and when the resources are done, we die inside the egg, or we break the egg and spread just in the surrounding nearby, and not as a bird ready to fly. But that's just an analogy. And even if humanity is more like the rotten bacteria in the rotten egg, so be it, that's life. Maybe humanity will spread to the stars as individual in generationship. Maybe the generationship will be like the chicken, which is a community of cells. What is important is to act, to take action, to make sure that the signal transmitted by your DNA from parents to children is not interrupted. That would be a waste. That would be disappearing without leaving a trace. And we can all work towards this. We can teach others. We can test new way to live. We can respect each other and our diversity, because when we don't know the future, we need to be exploring in parallel as a species many different solutions. so that when the unexpected come, the variety of our solutions, of our mode of life, ensure that if there is a solution, if there is one way to survive, some people are already using it and will be the ones surviving those. I hope this song makes sense to someone, connect us. I hope this song will help some people among those who understand it to reconnect their rationality with their emotions, to deal with the fears of the immediate future, and to envision a better one in the end.